just like that, we are back.
Y'all, it's been a minute. We miss you guys so much. Welcome to Off the Record. I'm your girl, Brigethia, Arai.
And I'm Anisa, Brenée. I don't know how we just came together and the name just flow together and then it's the Lord. It's
It
the
is.
Lord.
It is.
Well,
Y'all,
I'm excited to be back.
I am so excited. It feels like, you know how like you have a vacation and then it's like you forget how to do your job. You're like, oh my God, okay, let me figure things out. I'm like, oh girl. It's been
Yes.
a few weeks.
It's
Um, Yes. As you guys know, me and Anisa this is a additional thing that we do that we love but obviously we both have so many things happening going on. But today we have a really fun and exciting episode. But just know we've missed y'all while we were away, and we hope you guys are all caught up also on our
yeah.
previous episodes. Our last episode was really good. It was really fun. Had a really, really fun conversation with Blake Newby. So hope you guys tuned in and you guys, are all caught up.
Yes. And just to do a brief catch up on our lives real quick. So yeah, we talked to Blake. We've been together to NAACP Image Awards, which was phenomenal. Brigethia, right before that, was on a billboard, which in Times Square, might I add. So nothing small. She's very much that girl. Where else have you been? Time Woman of the Year. Run down on the list.
I have been pretty busy. But yeah, me and Anissa both were at the Image Awards. We had amazing coverage. So also, if you guys haven't saw that, make sure you go check that out. Anissa killed the red carpet alongside our other host, Kenny Burns. So it was incredible. It was really, really fun. So we did the red carpet. We got things done. It turned out amazing. We got some great interviews. And then, yes, right after that, I had Time Woman of the Year. And that was fun to celebrate all the amazing women that were being acknowledged this year, and all the incredible work that women continue to do. But there were some amazing women in the room. And child, I feel like I don't lost track after all that. I mean, so much has happened. But Anissa, you also have been around the town, honey. You've been doing the things. You've been on the road. Tell us what you've been up to, girl.
Baby, I've been in my car. Okay. So, y'all know here at Off the Record, we literally go off the record. And so, while we talk about our careers and things like that, I think it's fair to also share the little pivots and side quests because this is my year of the side quest, babe. I'm not going to say times are hard, but times are a little difficult right now. Okay. So your girl is a bona fide, the best one, 5-star rating. I've been door dashing, Instacarting, and I'm not gonna lie, it's giving me exactly what I need, and it's also stopping me from grocery shopping and shopping as much as I have been. I
Okay.
really think it's in a weird way, it's almost like addiction, where like you take the card out and it goes boop. I get a hit. My endorphins just really get locked in when I see that boop or you just bought something. So to do it for other people has just really been scratching that itch. But in that also too, I was recognized as a most influential Atlantan, which is so exciting. It's so
Love that.
exciting. And sometimes imposter syndrome kicks in and it's like, well, how do we even get here? But guess what? I rebuke that in the name of Jesus because we are absolutely supposed to be here right now. But
Absolutely.
speaking of, in my opinion, a most influential Atlantan, today's going to be a great show.
It is. Today's going to be talking about a lot of storytelling, a lot of representation, just all the amazing things. An influential Atlantean, of course.
Yes, whole lot of originals, whole lot of damn right. If you didn't pick that up, you're asleep. Y'all, we got Nakia Stephens in the building. And if you don't know who that is, we're just gonna give you just a brief little rundown of who I call her my good sis, because she's literally that and has been so instrumental in my career over the years. Y'all, Brigethia, you kick it off. Cause I'm gonna just go off the hinge.
I love it. I love it. I'm in the house with y'all today with two Atlanta girlies. But Nakia, we're so excited to have you here. Nakia Stephens is an award-winning screenwriter, filmmaker, and like Anisa said, the founder of Damn Right Originals. It is the first ever screenwriting label dedicated to the bold, character-driven storytelling. And Nakia is obviously known for, crafting emotional and honest narratives that really center Black culture and Black women and marginalized voices that often are overlooked. So we're excited. We feel like this is a first, a great place for you to be to celebrate us. And we're so excited to have you. I mean, my girl has been, she has over 40 screenplays produced for screen. She's worked with Key Network. She's been featured in Deadline, Blavity, ABFF, Black Girls Rock. I mean, the list goes on. The resume is stacked. How does it feel, Nakia, to hear your bio back to you? Like, is it like, girl, that's me? Or is like, period, that's me?
I think the politically correct answer is like, oh my God. But I really do be like, yeah, I've done a lot. And I look back on my younger self and I'm always just so proud. I'd be like, dang, girl, like you were really doing it. So, hearing it is it's a good reminder because I'm always on the go and doing the next thing and the next thing. So it's usually these moments where I'm reminded like, oh, I have done a lot of things. Okay.
Oh, your resume is stacked. I mean, and to watch it, like I've been on you for years, so to see you now and to know you then is like we always knew you were going to do great things, but you know how life gets. We get in our heads and we start feeding the beast, and it's like, well, I'm not good enough, or the quality isn't good enough. But like, you have literally set a playing field where, in my opinion, when I think about people who are pouring back into the community, I often think about Cam Kirk, who has really helped with up and coming photographers. When it comes to this film and television thing, you can't say film and television without mentioning Nakia Stephens. That's just me.
I appreciate that.
You have grabbed so many hands and have brought them into their first sets, their first script writing, their first of first. And so I have to ask, when you think about offering people that first, what weight comes with that?
No real weight. It's an honor. Like I truly enjoy putting people on. And I enjoy seeing like talent before maybe any other people. Like I'm that person that like I love like to hear a song from an artist and nobody know them. I'm like, oh, they fire. Like I remember telling people about Dolce before she was fired. Now I get to be like, I told you. Like I love being able to find those people who I'm like, you're amazing. You might not have ever done this before, but you have an eye. Like you know what you're doing in an artistic sense. So it's no way. I enjoy it. I enjoy giving people those opportunities, especially because I started off on my own. Like I didn't have to answer to anybody else. And it was like less of oh, if we mess this up, we don't get another opportunity. I don't have that in my brain at all. So, it was always like, okay, I'm creating this thing. This doesn't exist. You've never done this, but I think you can do it, especially based on your taste. Let's do it. Like it's always just been fun to like bet on other people because I can see when people are hungry.
Oh,
and I love watching even just like different series or, films, and you see like breakout stars and talent that we don't always get a chance to see. Like they get their first opportunity and then from there they just blow up because of course you can put a huge name on something and, get the eyes on it. But sometimes it's that hidden gem, right? That person that always of like Issa Rae always says, like working across, like her Awkward Black Girl series. She worked with people that she went to college with or just other folks around her that are also equally as talented. Because being in this community is like, we know so many people. We know amazing photographers, videographers. They may have not had their biggest break right now. So incredible. So I love the hidden gems because I will say, I saw Megan Thee Stallion way, 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 way back when she was doing.
You know what I mean? And so don't you love being able to say that?
Yes.
I love being able to say that. I have a whole playlist called Vibe with the Girls, and it's all the rap girls that people don't know. And I love putting people onto them. Like, I'm obsessed. But to your point, I'm like that too. I hate, but I understand that we have gotten to a point where it's like, we got to put such and such in this because they have this many followers or whatever. Like, I get it because people are needing visibility on their work, but I personally could care less. Literally. Like, or what is it? I couldn't care less. How about that? I enjoy people who are talented. I don't care if you have 3 followers. Like, if you do this scene and I cry, you got the job. Sign right here, baby girl. Like, I don't
Exactly.
care about none of that. But, unfortunately, the bigger the budget and the more people are involved and their money's on the line, they're like, we need an ROI. Like, what's our return on investment? How you gonna make sure we get eyes on this? And so you have to consider all those things. So I've been trying to be strategic with it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
sure. Like, we'll find a big star for this role, but everybody else needs to be a new face. Like, I try to like have that kind of
Balance.
compromise in the room, but I just love a new face. I love a fresh face. And I love watching things on TV where I'm seeing people for the first time too. You don't want to get exhausted from seeing the same people over and over again.
Yeah, the same faces. Because
Yeah.
there's so many people that I love, but it's like, man, you been in every series that done came out the last 2 years. It's like we need to see some new faces. Like I
Yeah.
love it. I always want my girls to have their jobs, but it's like it's so
Yes.
refreshing to see fresh faces on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
Yeah.
much incredible talent that we get to see for the first time and to see like what they do in that space. But as we
Yeah.
speak about storytelling, your storytelling is really deeply rooted in emotional honesty and, of course, Black culture and that human connection. Why was it so important for you to tell these type of stories?
I'm somebody who is always in search of like a truth. And I like to say a truth because it doesn't have to be the truth. There are many different truths. So I
Right.
just want to find a truth to be able to like tell. And I don't know. I enjoy exploring the many different facets of being human. Like, I have so many questions about so many things. Like, if somebody's sitting telling me their life story, you're probably gonna talk to me for hours because I am so inquisitive. I'm like, oh, and who was your mom? Oh, your mom was married to him, and then he died, and then your uncle became an officer, and then he started a revolution. And then what was his birthday? And when was his? Okay, like, I am asking questions because I'm just so curious about
Yeah.
human beings. And I think because I'm so curious and inquisitive, that fuels my storytelling. Like, I'm always like, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And that's how everything is birthed from my brain, is because I'm asking those kind of questions.
We
Yes.
always talk about over here, like the child side of us.
Mhm.
Does
Uh-huh.
baby Nakia line up with adult Nakia
Uh,
in terms of like
Absolutely.
creative writing and sitting in front of the
Mm-hmm.
TV? And because I really want to know what made you
Absolutely.
fall in love with storytelling.
Yeah, not to be cliche, but I really feel like well, two things. I always talk about my grandmothers because they are very different but similar in the sense of they enjoyed the arts, right? So my mom's mom really loved TV and films, and it was all kind. It wasn't just the Black movies. It was every single movie that was good. She loved it. Like, she was going to be watching Medea stuff. She was also going to be watching anything with Keanu Reeves, anything with Julia Roberts, anything with Tom Hanks. I mean, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm watching this with her. We were watching these things as I was growing up, and we would talk about it. She would be like, now that man should never killed that lady. Like, we are, and I'm like 8, and I'm like, yeah. So it's like I'm having this discourse and I'm having to dissect what I think about a movie from a very young age. And then on my dad's mom, she read a lot of like VC Andrews books, like a lot of mystery books. So I was reading those books. She watched a lot of crime TV before it became a thing. My grandma been on it. Like, she was watching Snapped. You don't want to cross her. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if y'all remember Snap, but she will be watching every single episode, and we're together trying to figure this out. Who did what? Who shot John? When and why they did it? Like, I was literally 10 years old, a detective. And so those two things taught me to be inquisitive about story, inquisitive about human behavior very early on. And those would be something that I would do with both of them. And so that just made me a curious person in general. And then as I grew into myself, I just got even more inquisitive about like how this could be and how that can be. I think my mom probably still has this. It's laminated and everything, but my very first project, I think I was in a second grade, maybe. But we were told to reimagine a popular story and like come back and present it. And so and then this is where the computer was newer. So like they had clip art, like I was doing all the clip art. So basically I reimagined the story of Cinderella, but I had dinosaurs. Like my clip art was like the dinosaurs. I renamed the characters. Like it was all that. I was like, oh, I'm like flipping through it as an adult, like, oh, wait a minute. I was onto something. So I've always been reimagining things in a different light, you know. So yeah, I'm very much aligned with who I was as a child, and we like this. We besties.
That is so cool. That is
I
so.
feel like all the creative girls were like in school, like she's a great student or he's a great student, but they just talk a lot in class. Like they're so curious, they're asking so many questions. Like I feel like that is like something that I love that, you know, as a kid, like being able to be curious and like just ask questions and trying to figure out like truthfully asking those innocent questions of like, well, why is this way? And what does this mean? And like my grandmother always tell me like, I could never ask my grandmother all of these questions. Like, but I was always so curious too. I'm like, well, so what did you do? When did you meet grandpa? And like, so you guys
literally
just fell in love? And like, that was
me. Girl, especially, you know, like in Black families, we have family members that we you don't know how they are family. Like I was that kid. I was like, how is he my uncle, but that's your brother? He does not your brother. I'm trying to get down to, I don't take it at face value. You can't just tell me something. Like I'm trying to figure it out because this is not making sense. Like I was the queen of I'm putting two and two together as a kid. So I'm sure I drove them people crazy. And by them people, I meant my family. Like,
I mean, I needed a family tree so bad it wasn't even funny. And then I got an ancestry and found out some things I probably wasn't supposed to find out. Neither here nor there. I'm sorry,
right?
Please.
No, I was gonna say, my grandma used to say with her grand when she was a kid that it was like children were seen and not heard. So you could not ask stuff. Like it just wasn't. So that's why I don't know. Like my grandmother was so open to just telling me things and showing me, and not anything inappropriate, but just being like, you know, I just was curious. Like, wow, you guys got married at 17. Like, why? Like that's so young. Like I'm watching Hannah Montana and like y'all get married. Like what?
Literally.
Like I was so confused, but it's so crazy how life is like so different now because women are in such a different space now today. But I love that the curiousness that you had growing up. So with that, as a founder of Damn Right Originals, you've built your own lane, you know, like waiting for no permission from anyone, kind of just doing your own thing, carving your own path. So what has been this independence that you have taught you about power and ownership and creative freedom?
That's a good question. I feel like it, well, to go back to your original question, because it kind of ties into this, because you said, what is the weight of that? And I said, it's no weight, it's an honor, but I do realize that it is a responsibility. So maybe that is some sort of weight. When you realize like you are creating your own lane and you get to do things differently than how maybe they're done on another scale or whatever. So like, what is that responsibility? What is your ethos going into this space? Are you working with people based on their character? Are you giving opportunities? Are you letting people know when they've messed up and allowing them the opportunity to fix it? Because like sometimes you get one shot and that's it. In like Hollywood, especially if you're Black. So like, what is my personal ethos with that in mind? Like, okay, do I let this person know like, hey, this is not to standard. This is what we should be doing. Let's try this again. Or am I cutting them off just like this other person would? You know, so like it's those kind of questions that I have to ask myself. And like, those are the decisions that I have to make in my business, considering all that I'm trying to build. And sometimes it does get difficult because it's like you could get slowed down in a space if you give everybody second or third chances. So it's like you have to be a leader and you have to be a boss in the sense of like you got to know when to move on, but you also need to know when to extend grace. So it's like this dance. I think I'm pretty good at the dance because I'm very no nonsense, but I also have a little bit of me that's like, all right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. But after this, I'm sorry. So I think I have a pretty good balance there. But yeah, it is definitely a responsibility that I don't take lightly.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
think sometimes it's so interesting how, well, not even interesting, but it's a lot of pressure as a Black woman, I think, in whatever industry you're in, honestly, because it
Yeah.
always comes with, like you said, it's an honor, but at the same time, it's like it's so much pressure put up on us to like just do the thing, or like, you know, like we can never just go into a space, whatever field you're in, and just exist. It's all, there's
Mm-mm.
always a job, there's always something there that we have to, you know, we have to be this like excellent example of everything. And I think it's
Yeah.
like finding that power in like, it's an honor, but also giving myself grace in certain spaces, because I'm figuring this thing out on my journey as the way I go. And
Mm-hmm.
I think every Black woman and Black person, honestly, but specifically women, I think we all, no matter what industry you're in, is kind of like a, man, I got to show up, and even though I'm on a job and I just want to exist like others, it's always some extra
Yeah.
work that I have to do, and I have to advocate for
Yeah.
people, and I have to make sure of this and make sure of that, and that's not something that we've asked to do. Like, you know, we're
Mm-hmm.
put in these situations to be that.
There's also not a lot of space for us to fumble like everybody else. I feel like everybody else gets the opportunity to kind of like fumble their way through and figure it out. I feel like Black women are crucified so much for every little mistake or every little, like, it's like we have this magnifying glass on everything we do. So like you said, it's like we can't even just exist like the next person, meaning like, yes, putting our best foot forward, but get to be get to experiment. Like for me as
Yeah.
a storyteller, that's exactly what I am. I call myself a scientist, like Nakia the scientist, me and Mariah both. Okay. Like I am I'm literally like, let me think of this thing. What if this happens? Let me test that, hypothesis. Let me do my whole process and like do this thing. And I have had to learn to not really care so much about people's opinions, because I know that the place that I'm creating from is a very pure and authentic place that's always done with care. So I will receive opinions. I don't mind that, but I don't let them like go to my head or heart or anything. It's just literally like, okay, thanks. And then I'm moving on with my next scientific experiment.
Yeah.
So, I've learned to be that way because I have seen and because I analyze behavior in general. First of all, I loved psychology in college. I did a deep dive. I still have my books, and I've been out of college for some years. I'm not going to tell you how long, but I still have the books. So I know how people behave in this space. So I have learned early on to not take what people say to heart or to my head, whether that's good or bad. They can change their mind any day. So I'm not going to think I'm all that because today they saying I'm all that. I'm not going to think I'm not all that because today they saying I'm not all that. I'm going to think whatever I think about myself, and y'all can say whatever you want. I'm going to do my job, and my job is to create. And that's what I do. So yeah.
Amen, sister. Amen. What the church? What the church? Now, something Imani Ellis, CultureCon CEO, founder,
Mhm.
that she takes these creative residencies when she needs a break from the world and needs to reset
Mhm.
and not hear anything. What does your creative process look like? Do you take a creative residency of your own? Do you have to take a step away from people in the spirit of not really caring too much about what people have to say, but receiving it, but more so cleanse the palate to work on the next thing?
I think it's so interesting that Imani said that because I feel like maybe our process is opposite. I feel like she on the main on maybe majority of her job is already operating with people. So for her to need to tap into her creativity, she needs to like kind of step away from people. I think the opposite. My creativity is in like it's by myself. I'm writing. I'm like not really taking in other people. So when it's time for me to tap into like fueling my creativity, I'm like, all right, I told Mara I could kill this when we were having a conversation. I kind of binge life. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm like, all right, I haven't been going to like anything or whatever. So now I'm outside, I'm talking to the people, I'm doing this thing, I'm doing all kind of crazy stuff. I don't know, learning how to surf. I'm doing a tandem bike. I don't know, going to the circuits, whatever. Like I am trying to binge life because I'm like, I need fuel. Like I need life. I need to talk to people because I know that once I gather all of this stuff, now I got to go back into my little cave and like figure out what I'm about to create. So I think I might be the opposite of her, where I'm just like kind of going out because I spend a lot of my time like locked in.
That's so interesting. I've never thought about life as being binged, but more so like, I mean, I guess let me go outside and frolic around today, and that's cool. But I often think about what you just said really hit home in terms of even content creation, right? And so I have a friend, and I'm like, girl, how do you go into these spaces and decide what to shoot for this piece of content? She's like, the thing is, I don't overshoot. And I was like, how do you not overshoot? There's so many things to capture. You got food right here. You want to capture the bite. You got the people. You want the, and then you don't even end up using half the content that you got. And now you got a phone full of just stuff. So what I just heard you say is you're experiencing all these things, but even taking it a step further, when you go through and you compute and you go through the files of everything you just did, do you have a hard time like picking and choosing?
No, I'm very specific. So for instance, and this
Get
is,
into it.
I'm not going to gatekeep. Okay. So if I'm writing a rom-com, say I'm writing a rom-com, but I realize, dang, I haven't been in a relationship in like 3 years or whatever. I'm like, I need to experience like some love stuff. So I'll sign up for what are they called? The speed dating. I'll sign up for like a speed dating, or I'll, go to a couple dates, or I'll download like a random like app and try to see like what people are saying on the app. So like I'll go through threads and see how people are talking about their relationships. Like I want to be in relationship mode. You know what I mean? Like I'm people who slid in my DMs asking me to go to the movies or whatever, and I left them on red. I'm starting to go back. Oh yeah, we can go to the movies. Like I'm a scientist. I'm like, I need to experience this. What gives me butterflies? What gives me the ick? Like I need to see how it feels. Or if I'm doing, like, say I'm doing a thriller, right now I actually am writing something that it's like a murder mystery, and it kind of involves like a cult of some sort. So I'm like reading a book called Cultish. It was right here already, which is really good. And I've been like watching documentaries on cults. I actually went on a forum and these people were talking about like cults, and I sign up for like they're gonna have a group like session where they're talking about it. I might sign up and just sit in there like
right and see what's going on.
That's or if I'm writing like a sports movie, I'm gonna sign up for boxing classes. Like I want to do the thing. Like I guess this is equivalent to like method acting. I'm a method writer. Like I want to put myself in the space so I can like get the feeling. If I feel like I can't grasp it. Like if it's too far, I can't grasp it, then I need to go out and get it. A lot of stuff is already in me, and I'm like, oh, I know how it feels to be heartbroken. I know how it feels to XYZ, so I don't need to really go out and do that. But if it's something that I feel like I need to get it, I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna sign up for something.
That reminds me of one of my favorite movies, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Yes. Oh my God, I do remember that movie. Yes.
Favorites. Yes. And like her being, I want to write this article and I'm going to be able to write what I really want to talk about. They want to talk about relationships. So let me go into the field. Let me pretend I like this guy. And then they end up liking each other.
Like, they really fell in love. Yes.
Yes. I love that. I feel like you do have
basically
like with what you're doing and really integrating yourself in like whatever this feeling is, especially if you have not had in a minute, like you said, that personal connection, really diving deep into that. So I love that. I'm a rom-com girl, so I love all of the rom-coms.
Forgive me, it's that time. So if you have it. This is great.
I do need one. I do. I do. So how do you protect your creativity in an industry that is like constantly moving so fast? We talked about social media, how, you know, they want the biggest followers or, you know, whatever, which that's a whole nother conversation. But, you know, it's like, who is, you know, like we, for example, we've talked about like journalists now can be anybody. Like you don't have to go to like all these companies are hiring the person that has 2.5 million versus the person that actually has the experience that knows what they're doing. So how do you, you know, I guess essentially anyone can make films and all types of stuff now. So how do you kind of move in this faster environment?
And act.
You know, I make sure to mind my front. So like I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm not a person who really like bends to a mandate. What I will do is mind my own business, which is like, what am I excited about? That has never led me wrong. Every time I'm excited about something, whether it's popular or not, it always finds it a place or opportunity. So I'm sticking to that. I'm keeping the main thing, which is me focusing on what I'm doing. And I make sure to have people around me who are connected in those spaces. So for instance, my manager, Jermaine, he's with 3 Arts. And then my agent, Rick, is with Formation. And then for Dan Red Originals, our head of development is Michelle. These are 3 people that I think are always like I can trust them. They know what's going on. Like they're always in the rooms, they're always in the meetings. So, for instance, when it's time for me to present what I have been working on, what I think is fun, what I'll do is I'll make a whole deck of all the things. So say I got 10 ideas and I'll just put together like maybe 2 slides about the idea. And I get them together and I'm like, I'm going to present you my ideas. Then in this presentation, I need y'all to separately, not all on the same call out loud so that nobody's influenced by nobody else's idea. Tell me what your top 3 are and why I should focus on it. So I do that. I go through it. They tell me, and then they tell me why. And usually I know they're going to tell me why I should focus on it based on what's happening in the world, which means I don't have to compromise my art by trying to make something because something's popular. I just make the thing. And then whichever 3 of the 10 things that I made are most popular right now, sure. Then these are the 3 I focus on, knowing that I wanted to write this anyway, if that makes sense. So that's how I go about it. And usually they all say the same 3. Which is perfect. It's always perfect because I'm like, oh, y'all said the same 3. That is what happened this year. They pinpointed the same things. So yeah, I just kind of protect myself in that way. I try not to move on what's popular, but also being aware of what's popular, if that makes sense. Like I'm aware because they keep me aware, but I'm not in the business. They just tell me. I'm not going out to try to be like, oh, Netflix, what's a YA bird? I don't care. I ain't writing that. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna write what I have, and if I see that they want, I'm like, oh, I got something like that. Then that's how I move. If that makes any sense, yeah. So that's how I mean, a lot of people are different, but that has worked for me, and it has garnered me a lot of success by focusing on what I'm already doing.
That makes so much sense. That literally makes so much sense. And I mean, I said earlier, in my opinion, you are quite literally one of the most influential Atlanteans. I know you be all around the world, but literally the footprint is there. And I think that's also why you got the title Trailblazer. So you recently got this award at the Slate Awards.
I did.
Were you surprised? What are you feeling? And then also, not only being called a trailblazer, when you name dropped Mara Brock-Akil, nothing light there. That's a heavy name. What is it like when these people whose work you have watched your entire life recognize your work, Trailblazer?
Yeah, so the Trailblazer Award was it was great. It was incredible. I always love being able to come back to Atlanta. I love Atlanta so much. I mean, born and raised. That was like the incubator for all of my creativity. So I will always love Atlanta. So it was really great to see a lot of my peers, a lot of people that I gave their first opportunities who are doing amazing things now. It was great. It was like a little mini family reunion. All of Southern Fried Rice cast was there, which was a huge surprise because some of them don't even live in Atlanta. So I'm like, what are you? Ariana, what are you doing here? So it was very fun to see everyone. And then my mom came in. That was also a surprise. I had no idea she was coming. My brothers were there. My dad was there. My dad is so like, he's just so chill. So he'd be like, oh, you got an award? That's real good. So for him to be booted and suited and come, I was like, okay. So it was really fun. You asked what it's like to have like these people that I've watched their work and just to like know them. First of all, me and Mara Rocket Hill have been like DMing for a long time. I used to make these shirts with Jam Right Originals. This is like OG people will know the shirts. They were Queen Pin shirts, and then there was a shirt that just listed some like OG creative. So it was like Mara, Shonda, Issa, I think Gina, Ava. It was like a couple more people on there.
I remember the shirt.
And I remember her assistant at the time was like, oh no, Mara actually commented and was like, how can I get one of these shirts? And I was like, what? And this is when I'm young. Like I was probably like 20, maybe like 24, 25. I'm like, excuse me. And just so happens that her assistant at the time, I knew her-ish. Like we knew of each other enough for me to be able to DM her and be like, girl, how can I get this shirt to her? So I ended up giving it, sending it off and sending the assistant one too. And then she got the shirt. She wore the shirt. She tags me. I'm just like, girl, what? Like, and so we've been DMing ever since. Like, she's been very kind to like, DM me or like respond to a DM where I'm just like fangirling, like, oh my God, I love this or whatever. So that was when I was younger, early 20s. And then I got the opportunity to be an artist in residence at her writers colony, which was mind blowing. Like I got a phone call to, have a Zoom. I hopped on a Zoom and it was like, can you send us over, what you've been working on? We would love to invite you to be an artist in residence. So they have two parts to their program. You can be a cohort, which is kind of like more so of a mentorship program where writers who are trying to get their foot in the door, they go through this program and they get feedback on their scripts and et cetera. And then you have the artist in residence track, which is where people who are working on a book or a script or whatever are invited to have an office in her space. Like I literally had an office and I can see her in her office across the way. And so I'm like, excuse me? So that's honestly where I wrote my last project that's not out yet, but it's moving. It's doing some things. I'm super excited. So when that comes up, I'll thank her. But nonetheless, so that happened. And a part of what happens with that program is when you're done, you get to, you have a sit down, you invite people to come. It's very intimate. You read through the work and Mara Kill kind of interviews you in your process. So not only was I able to like write myself in her space where, first of all, I love her. She's a part of my Mount Rushmore. It's her, it's Shonda Rhimes, and it's Gillian Flynn who did Gone Girl. That's my Mount Rushmore. So not only was I invited to be an artist in residence, I also get to sit down and talk to you about my process with my work. Amazing. And so we like there's videos and stuff that I have on my page. We clicked, like we were just kicking it. You would have thought nobody else was in the room. We were chatting. Okay. And she was like, when's your birthday? And I was like, I'm a Sagittarius, but I have a Gemini moon. She was like, like we were good girlfriends. Like it was crazy. I was like, what is going on? So that was like probably one of the best top nights of my entire life. It was great. And she had really great questions. She was it wasn't just like, oh, how'd you get this idea? She was like asking about particular characters. She was like, I think you can lose the beginning and just hop straight in. And then we had people in the crowd that were like, no, I like the beginning. Like it was like a really great like moment where I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun. I really enjoy this. So that was a great moment. I don't know. It felt surreal because I know a lot of times people say like, don't meet your heroes. So
Right.
you just never know what you're going to get. But I will say that was an incredible moment, and I loved it. It was great. So I feel great. It still feels surreal sometimes because I'm like, girl, I love everything you ever made in life. Like, and you sit here and talk about this. You like my script and you asking questions about it. Okay, thank
And
you.
even still, everything he's writing now, 10 out of 10, no notes,
You know what I
just
mean?
sit
I'm waiting on Forever too.
waiting patiently.
I cannot wait.
Patiently. I love when our heroes live up to the hype.
Yeah.
Me too. Because it could get sticky, I know, sometimes. But however, I do give Black women grace because the
Right.
world does not. Like, you might have had a bad, like, if somebody says, like, oh, she was mean to me, maybe she was having a bad day. Maybe you was trying to talk to her. She just broke up with her boyfriend. Or maybe her husband just got on her nerves. Or maybe she got a flat tire. Like, dang, it was one day. Like, I'd be like, okay. I mean, obviously, if tons of people say somebody's horrible, then it's like, all right.
Yeah.
But I still
Yeah.
try to give people a little bit of grace. I need a couple people to be like, they're terrible for me to be like, okay. All right,
Right.
you're right.
No, I haven't met Mara yet, but she is also one of my favorites. I think Mara is incredible. So shout out to Mara because I just love all that she do. She represents us, like Black people, Black women, so well, so authentically in all the work that she does. I'm such a huge supporter and fan of hers.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I agree with you saying like, I definitely give us a little bit more grace in certain situations, especially like when you're in a space and you're always around certain people. It's like, you know, everyone, like, I don't always have a good day either. And I'm not always
Yeah.
as sure. Like, I may have something
Right.
and I try not to bring it with me, but we all go through things. It's life.
Yeah.
So definitely give grace. I feel like there definitely are people though, like in the industry that are like people like I've heard,
Terrible.
yeah, terrible. But then there's also people that like everyone that I know, for example, that knows like Lala Anthony. I've never heard everyone loves
Everybody
Lala.
loves Lala's
Lala,
like everybody's best friend. I'm like, she has to be a saint.
like,
Like, everybody
people,
loves Lala.
Monica, like the singer Monica, like I've never heard, like everybody's like Monica's so down to earth. She's such a
Yeah.
great person. She's such a great friend. Like,
She's
and that's
everybody's best friend.
really,
Every birthday,
Yeah.
she got a picture with him.
but real, especially Monica. Like Monica is like cool, but like if she don't like somebody, she don't like.
It's their
But
fault.
if she
Yeah.
do, there's a reason why. But Monica is like so
Literally.
down to earth. So I feel like it's just certain people that like just has that gift of like not being corny, like they just like everyone, but just like
Yeah.
no, they're actually like genuinely nice people.
Yeah.
So that's always
Exactly.
good to know and feel. So we're gonna pause for a moment and go into a game which is called Who Said That? Which is a play off of the Real Housewives Atlanta scene from Portia. They were out table with the girls. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? If y'all know, y'all know. We'll kind of share like an iconic line, a few different iconic lines from various different like series and shows, and then you'll kind of tell us who you think said that.
And to be
Okay.
Oh
fair,
Lord. Okay. Yeah.
to be fair, I would never. Me and my man play this game where he's like, "Who said that?" I don't know. I wasn't that. Okay, so do your best.
I'm usually really good. So I'm like nervous because I'm like, okay, I cannot let my people down who know how I get down when it comes to like stuff like this. I'd be like, ugh. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's
I
go.
feel like you're gonna do good, girl. I think you're gonna do good. Okay, so the first one is I am not the girl the guy gets at the end of the movie. If you want me, earn me.
Oh, ooh. Wait, is this?
I can read it again if you want me to.
And read it with some passion.
I'm not the girl the guy gets into end of the movie. Yeah, do it just like the scene.
You have
And
to do
action.
it.
Okay, I don't know how to do like the scene. Okay, girl. I am not an actress. Okay, let me try. I am not the girl the guy gets at the end of the movie. If you want me, earn me.
Okay, and I'm saying who said it, like the
Yes.
character.
Yeah, the character.
Y'all
yes.
can't.
Honestly, okay.
Y'all
Here,
can't give me nada.
let me know if you need a hint.
I do need one hint. I
If
think
you
I
want
know.
me, earn me.
Oh, right. She did say.
Hey, peep this. There's always a glass.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Okay, so I was right. Okay, so this is from Scandal. This is Kerry Washington's character. What's her name? Olivia Pope.
yes.
That's what I was like, I know this, but for some reason I was like, why was it giving Nia Long when she popped him upside the head when she had? But I was like, she didn't say that, but it gave the energy. But
The energy.
That is so
okay.
good.
Yes,
That is,
Olivia Pope.
You did that. Okay. Number 2. I'm gonna go a little out of order here. Who? Do you want your man or not? Do you know your plans or not? You going back home or not?
This was our good sis Issa. In the mirror. She was rapping in the mirror. She was like, do you want your man or not? Listen.
I love her in the mirror raps. Because sometimes you do gotta talk to yourself like, girl,
I love mirror bitch.
That's her, honey. Like, what is going on, girl?
That's good.
Yes. I'm screaming.
I love it. Okay. Next one is Jacuzzi changed his name?
Oh, she never got that Jabari name right. What's her name? Maya from Girlfriend. Oh, no, Tony. It was Tony.
Yes,
it was Maya's son, but Tony asked. She called him everything other than Jaboomafoo. She done called him Jumanji.
Yeah, we were gonna list like all the names that she called him, but I was like, let's just do a little one-liner. But it's so many names. Yes. Jumanji,
yes. Oh my God.
Good. Okay, last one. Wow. We are soul sisters. Just because you went to a hair salon for a few hours on the black side of town?
What's the rest of the line?
That's it. That's what we got.
Isn't it something else? Okay.
It is, but
Hold on.
iconic. It's iconic.
Ooh, is it?
It's iconic.
The rest of the line is iconic. Wow. We are soul sisters. Just because you went to a hair salon for a few hours on the black side of town? This is good because I can see it in my head. Brigethia, you did good.
Okay. I'm sweating.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, tell me the year. Is this 90s, 2000s? Wait.
No. Think there was a period of time where every day of the week, well, not every day of the week, but Wednesdays and Thursdays were prime real estate for television.
Okay, and then this was a merge episode.
Yes.
Right. With Viola Davis and Kerry Washington. Okay, that's why I was like, if you told me the next line, like I would be like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. Okay, yes, I know exactly. Okay.
Brigethia, finish the line.
Busy.
That episode was iconic.
They read each other for Phil. Like it was a read. That's why I was like, wait, if you said the next line, that would have gave it away. So like, yeah. Or even the line before that.
Finish it.
No, that episode reminded me of when I was a kid. I don't know if y'all remember this, but for Disney Channel, it was the crossover. It was like That's So Sweet, like Montana.
Oh,
it gave me that as an adult, and I was like,
you know what?
God, my heart. I might need to watch that.
That was out of my brain until you said that. That was out of my brain. They did it first.
It was so good. It was so.
Disney had a good run. They had a good run of shows.
I don't know what the kids are watching now.
I don't know what they're watching. Okay, Raven was the Beyonce of Disney. Then we had our good sis Hannah Montana. Okay, and then Zach and Cody. I did like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and when they did Sweet Life on Deck.
Oh, loved.
I enjoyed it. Like, yeah, they had a good run.
I have to say, that's a Raven Country Cousins 8 down.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that one? Where she was eating the gravy and the turkey in that bottle?
Yes.
Oh.
Not your name on the episode.
I feel like maybe like as a kid, I hated when people dressed up as, I think it made me scared as a kid. Like I feel like I don't like when they're wearing like masks or like random stuff. And I used to like kind of like weirded out by that little series. But I did watch that one too. I did watch that one.
I love
But
Raven so much. I remember Christmas, my mom would go to. You remember when That's So Raven came out with the clothing line?
mhm.
Was it
I
at
had
Limited too? Where was it at?
no. It was at a department store. It was at Dillard's. I
Oh.
had
Okay.
every
Not
piece from
Dillard's.
that collection. I mean, I was her.
Oh,
That was the
good.
best Christmas
I
ever.
love
But
that.
anyways,
Yeah.
throwing your flowers at you because you ate that up. You
Yes.
ate that
Oh,
up. You
thank
did
you.
very well. You did very well.
My
Ask me
brain
a
was thinking
song
y'all
about
it was
you.
gonna be movies. I was like, oh, TV shows. Okay. Which is
Yes.
good because I love TV.
I
Yes.
love TV, and I don't think I realized how much I love TV until really the pandemic really set it in for me. It locked in a lot. Now, when
Mm.
I was in college, like I said, Wednesdays and Thursdays were prime real estate. I don't care if my homework was or
Mm-hmm.
was not done. We were in front of that for Fox on
Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays, Empire and Star. Okay.
Yes.
Those
How
were my
about
go-tos. And
Yep.
before I talk about Thursdays,
Yep.
is it just me or does that new T.I. song Let 'Em Know sound like a Lucius Lyon track?
Oh, not Lucius
It
Lyon.
does. Maybe
I
Lucius produced it. It kind of gives.
I've been waiting to get that off. I've been waiting to say that to somebody. Last time I said it
yeah.
out
This
loud,
is
they
a
were like, "Don't
safe
do that."
space. It's a
No,
safe space.
this guy on TikTok was like, the old heads love Let 'Em Know. And I said, they really do. I like that song
They
too,
really
but
do.
they love that song,
They be
honey.
And
riding
you
on
know
them
how you
motorcycles.
OG unks love to blast their music to where you can hear the bang, bang, and you look back and
Yes.
it's some old head with a hat on
No,
halfway
Yeah.
and a
forget the
bald head
hat.
under. Like, sir,
Forget the hat. They're riding around town in them spiders and them motorcycles with the music
li-
on a thou wow. I said, my God,
literally.
today.
That
Yeah.
bass in that song.
Like,
Anyway,
sir, we are in the food line. You don't need to be blasting your music. Like, you're making my Jeep rattle.
that
Please.
lady said, 17 times through that speaker. What'd you say? Come again? No.
I don't
Anyway.
have the number. The number 7.
Anyways, before we wrap up, first of all, thank you for spending so much time with us. But we would be remiss if we
Of
didn't
course.
mention Southern Fried Rice, Damn Right Originals. This
Mhm.
project in particular is so special to me because you called me, girl, and you had me as the moderator
Yes.
for the Atlanta screening. And I don't
Mhm.
know what I was expecting going into watching the series. But what I do know is at least once a month I get asked from my man, they got new episodes out yet? Like,
It's so
it's
interesting. The tables be turning because people are. I don't keep up with it, but I talk to Shayla often, who's a director, and she's like, people are asking about season 2 on this last episode. I'm like, ciao.
I'm just saying, I mean, it was so good. And I feel like you gave us just enough in each episode that moved them along. And it was an easy
Mhm.
watch. And also, I didn't go to an
Yes.
HBCU, but I saw myself because West Georgia was black as heck. Okay. It was
Yeah.
like we all just kind of pushed out west and was like, you know what, we're just gonna do it. But to see yourself in a film like that was super important and through the lens of we know you tell black stories, but brown stories as well. And what growing up around black people or what going to school with black people, how it changes the trajectory of
Yeah.
a brown person's view. Because
Yeah.
sister was down.
Absolutely.
She was down.
Yeah.
She came with her
She
cornrows
was
and
raised in it.
yeah.
Yeah. But like even like as an Atlanta native, our beauty supply stores, when you go to, if I go into JJ's, J&J's, buy that with Wendy's, buy H.E. Holmes,
Yep.
that's where I kind of grew up. So that's the beauty supply store I know to call. When I go in there and if I'm looking for something, I'll hear, sis, you need some? And I turn around and it's an Asian woman because people are a lot of times made up of their environment. That
Yeah.
woman was also an ATL native and she's going to sound like it. She's going to have preferences that the city like kind of like puts on you. She probably gonna like lemon pepper wings too. And so yeah, I think it's hard for people to grasp that. It's not hard for people to grasp it. I think people pick and choose when they want to kind of understand nuance because even if you watch a movie like Sinners, when you watch the Asian people in that town, they also had an accent just like the other Black people in that town because
That's
that's
so good.
where they're from. And so it's just so interesting how we can understand that nuance. But then you can't understand this one. It was honestly, that was a very interesting experience to see people's like response to it. But yeah, that was a character who was born and raised by Black people, and she had to like figure out who she was without the protection of her family. Like going to this school, she thinking
Right.
everything gonna be cool because she born and raised by Black people, and she got tested. Some people like, girl, who are you? And some people were like, come on, girl. Like, so I feel like that's exactly how we are. It's like twofold. Some of us gonna be like, who you is? What's your mama name? Where your grandma stay?
Yeah,
And then you
right.
have people who are like, it's fine. Come on. Like, let's go to the calf, whatever. So it was very fun to explore that through that lens. But it's a very Black show. It's
yeah,
in a HBCU. The culture is Black. The 99% of the characters are Black. And then you have this one character who has to figure out her identity in this space. And it's based on true events. And I think that it's a fun way to showcase HBCU life.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I love Southern Fried Rice. I like watch it sometimes. I have like my favorite scenes. I be cracking up at. I love when they're like trying to join the organization. Like that makes me laugh all the time. So yeah, maybe there'll be a season 2, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's like you said, it's interesting how people process, and also like when people have, you can, like you said, you can be brought up in the space because there are obviously people that are, trying to copy a certain culture or, appropriate a certain culture
Yeah.
that quite literally has never even been in the experience. But it's also different because I've had
Yeah.
friends too that like grew up in more Black, culture and spaces because they lived in the neighborhoods, they were
Yeah.
around these certain people. And then there's the ones that never experienced, never been around, that are trying to like copy. But I think that Southern Fried Rice was such an interesting story. And I feel like there's totally people that have had that experience of like,
Yeah.
they've grown up in our communities, but they're, like you said, they don't have that protection anymore when they leave. And college is such a, a time where you're learning yourself and you're, figuring out who you are outside of, maybe you were popular in high school. Now you're in like this new space of like trying to figure things out. So I thought it was an interesting lens. And I don't know, people, how were you able to process like the backlash in the moment and the critiques of like, and I know you kind of do stay a little close so that you can create, but how did you like, just accept all of that and just,
I'm someone who like if I do something and say you come to me and say like, I don't like what you did, like you should have did it this way, or you know, in any sense, any kind of behavior, whatever. I'm someone who I'm not automatically gonna be like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna think, and then I'm gonna be like, you know what, you're right. Like I could have did this way. I could have said this way. I did not have that moment here. Like I was listening to the critiques and I was like, that is the wrong. That's not it. That's a reach. I never had a moment where a critique made any sense to me. One thing that I know would have helped with this project if it had a better rollout for like marketing wise. I feel like it was like a shock. It was just like the trailer drops. But that's how all of our stuff was. It wasn't like done on purpose. I think people think we meant to like try to like do this like quick little shock to like all of our stuff, except for Ho and Tell. Ho and Tell had a good little, like we had like a little marketing thing, I think, because it was Key TV's first project. So we like really like were grasping onto it. All of us were like, let's do like some interview sessions. But we didn't do that for any of our other projects. We kind of just dropped the trailer and then like the next week we dropped the episodes. And that's like how we kind of rolled. And so we did this one that same way. So I think one thing in retrospect I think could have been done differently is kind of like ease it into the space so that people can understand it in like smaller bites than like having this full thing and you're trying to like figure out what you're watching and comprehend if like, because off bat, like when we first released the trailer, all amazing. comments. And then it seems like somebody was like, wait a minute, we should be mad about this. And then like it took off from there. But I think the critique it has made me really like sit and process human behavior a little better too. I'm like, why is that your thought process on this thing? And what I think too, and I'm still thinking through this, but this is a Southern story as well as like, so Atlanta is the city South, right? This is a metropolitan. So that's where I grew up and where I'm from. But I also spent a significant amount of time in Macon, Georgia, which is the South. So it's much different. And I think that it was some comments like, oh, she's a mammy, da da da. And in my mind, I'm like, you're calling this woman a mammy character? She sounds exactly like my grandmother. I think that sometimes when Black people cannot relate to something that is Blackness, they call it a caricature. And it's like, no, you just don't know what it's like in the South. And that's okay. Like we have so many parts of us as Black people. And it's okay to not understand those certain parts, because that doesn't take away from your Blackness, because you don't understand that people in the Deep South do sound, do dress, do talk, do cook like this. So it's gotten me to understand people's like their minds. Also, one part was mind blowing. I like to journal about these things because I just love human behavior. There was one part where people were talking about the character Tammy, who was pregnant. And I was like, this is so interesting that you all are like, why she has to be pregnant? Why da da? That is somebody's story. It was my mother's story. My mom got pregnant with me, had to drop out of college. It was my damn story. I was a pregnant teenager. I'm like, just because you have fallen victim to respectability politics, and where you don't want to show anything that may be negative to Black people, does not give you the permission to erase these kind of stories. I'm not telling this story in a way that's crazy. This character was smart. She was SGA. She was on the Dean's list. Like, she did all the things right, and she still ended up in this situation. That was her storyline. I'm not going to erase that storyline because you are ashamed and uncomfortable, and you want to project that on me and make it seem like I'm doing something that's crazy. No, you need to figure out why you're ashamed of these certain storylines. These people exist, and I will not erase them to make you feel comfortable. So it's a lot of different things.
And here's the thing too, I think, because Black people come in so many different fonts. I mean, I got it growing up. I grew up in Marietta. And so growing up out there and going to middle school right after Katrina, we got a lot of people from New Orleans that came over. And so my Blackness came into question going into middle school. It was like, oh, you're an Oreo, or oh, you're this, you're that. And so because I speak properly and, you know, I don't know, both my parents were together and I had an iPod for Christmas. And at the time, that's when people were snatching iPods and line wiring and whatever. Like that wasn't my story. So in a way, it shifted how I chose to fit in, because being told you're not Black enough was something so rooted at a time where I was so influenced by other people. It was like, well, I don't really know what to pick. I don't know what to choose. So I think that that's a part of the bigger conversation and why we like to nitpick what's seen on camera, because it is the reality. We pick on ourselves.
Yeah.
The light skin Black, the dark skin Black, that you went to an HBCU.
Oh, that was a thing too. I'm like, my goodness gracious. They said something about Joy, you know, why she got to be dark skinned. She's only dark skinned because the actress did a great job and she happened to be dark skinned. That's the only reason. I didn't write that. Honestly, in my deck, it was a lighter skinned character that was in the deck, just to be in the deck. We picked that girl because she was good. But like I'm just like, what is it that makes you want to, I guess, keep your narrative alive, that this thing, I don't know what it makes you feel. And it was a lot of what we determined too. It was a lot of people who did not even go to HBCUs. that had a lot to say as well. So it was like it was a lot. I don't know what was happening in the sky, child. I was like, oh.
The HBCU beef is thick though, and I mean amongst ourselves because it always turns into, well,
Yeah.
you had the opportunity to go. Yeah, well, in that same breath, I graduated debt free. So what are we talking about? If the ultimate goal is to go to school, get your degree, and do whatever, you chose where you wanted to go, and that's fine. There
Right.
is still a
Yeah.
degree of Black experience that happens before college and after college, but whether you went or you didn't, praise God you got that degree. And if you didn't, praise God that you even went and you tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's always so many conversations. Like I always say, like when you put your art out into the world, and that can be through film, through whatever you do, people are always gonna have something to say. They're not gonna
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
everything you do.
And
They're
I don't
not
expect that.
exactly like we can't appease every single person. Like, listen,
Mhm.
if you're talking about it, that's bringing people to go watch it. Thank you very much for your
It
comment.
really, I mean, it really was. I was like, okay, y'all hate it so much. If I hate something, I'm gonna be quiet because you're not finna get no free press from me.
Okay.
But baby, y'all shot that up. Thank you. Thank you.
And I think too. I think that there's still like, of course, like for example, people feel like Tyler Perry does that, right? Like they feel like he's just sharing these stories about us that are not. And while I do think that that can be true in some instances, but like you said, I remember when the trailer dropped, and it was such like people were excited, but then it just the narrative switched so quickly, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yes.
What?
I think what I think happened is like two people with big followings who said big words made it seem like people should not like it, and everybody and then tried to change their mind. Do you ever have this moment? I don't have it, which I probably should. I don't know. Where you're scrolling on something, you see something, you think it's funny, so you about to put LOL, but then you're like, let me see what everybody else is saying. Okay, we laughing. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. It's like people can't have their own opinion first because of the social, like you
what it looks like.
crucifixion. Like you like if you laughing at this, y'all liking this, and this is not even, it gets crazy. So people rather just jump on what they think is acceptable in that moment to be like the commentary around a thing. And that honestly is sad. It's kind of like, I want you to have your own opinion, and I want you to stand 10 toes about it.
Exactly.
It's literally the Drewski skit at church. Every time. Every single time. It is that. It's like, have creative freedom, but don't have too much. Why? Because either the internet is going to take it by storm. Two, a lot of people are worried about if their employer is going to see it and what backlash that will have on them. And so it becomes a good thing. It's so many different legs to this beast that it makes it hard to have your own creativity. But I say all this to say it's a battle that you go to war with every day as you're writing. And I don't know. I mean, clearly Brigethia and I are huge fans of your work.
Well, thank you.
I can't wait for more to come. And also, you mentioned earlier, like finding the smaller names, finding the people who are really good at what they do and working with them on their first whatever. So I will be remiss if I didn't shout out some of my girls who are in Southern Fried Rice. Ashley India.
Yes.
Love her. Sean Rose. Love her. Brittany Patrice. Love you, sister. I mean, all my girls from main speaking parts to one, whether you spoke once or you spoke 17 million times, it didn't even matter. But I feel like for the first time in a long time, I saw a lot of people I was already connected to in a role as big as this. So I don't know what you're searching for, but I will say you're looking in the right spot.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, they are so talented, and it was an honor to work with them. They're so professional, so good. Like if I could say, like, I believe you, they're so talented. So yeah.
Well, I want next. So I don't. Okay. Yeah. High key. I mean, I've always, I watch the morning show right now. I'm really catching up because I know season 5 is underway.
Love the morning show.
I really want like a news anchor position, like interviewing your said celebrity or something, like getting into it like that. That would be so fun. I want to toe in the water.
Okay.
That would be cute.
Let me write something.
Whenever, no pressure.
Yes.
I'll take the
love.
Sister, I'll do what I gotta do.
Yes, I love that. So I have to ask you this, Nakia. What are some of the shows that you are currently watching right now? Like, what is on your screen? What are you like?
Oh my God, I love this question. When I say I'm obsessed obsessed with the TV. I love TV so much.
Okay.
I feel like Apple owes me money because I have been their biggest cheerleader.
Yes.
Apple TV has the best shows.
Absolutely.
Period. They have the best shows.
They don't promote like that.
It's insane. So one that I've been watching lately is Hacks. I love Hacks. That's not Apple TV, but I just had to shout out Apple TV first, and I'm gonna get to them last. But Hacks, that's on HBO. That's on Max, whatever the name is nowadays. I don't know, HBO Max.
Right.
But yeah, Hacks is really good. I'm obsessed with Hacks. Love that show. Another show that I really love, and I just finished, Imperfect Women. That was so good.
Can I be honest? I was so tight at the beginning. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Me too. I was pissed. Me too. I was so pissed. I watched it and I was like, now, Carrie, what are we doing? And I had to take a break. I said, you know what? Then I said, okay, I'm gonna come back. And then once I started getting into it, I said, I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all doing. What is going on?
They tried to get us out of there. They tried to get Black people up out of there quick and try to throw tomatoes.
Because they knew. They did. They did. But then
in Atlanta, that whole room was like, yo, she's so dumb. This is like we were talking back, and a lot of people left saying, I'm not gonna finish this.
Yeah.
I finished.
That's interesting. I hope they take that into consideration. That's because I was like that. I was like, I don't know if I need to finish this. And I didn't realize I didn't put two and two together. Maybe seeing Black women do dumb stuff, we didn't give no grace. We were like, no.
With another white man.
Yeah. Carrie, I think, one, during her like press of talking about the show, I feel like Carrie knows what we want to see. She knows we love like three. She knows we love to like, we think it's this, but it's not that. And she's really great at her audience. But also I think in the beginning, some of the backlash probably came from, well, not really backlash, but people are just like, I don't know about this show, is because I know a lot of people say like, Carrie's always dating a white man. Why is she never dating a Black guy?
She is.
And then we have to see her like that is something that like I see like through and through, like why? And I tell people like, y'all, she is married to a Black man, child. Y'all know that.
Yeah, and then it's not her fault. Like people, the writer, the creators, or maybe not even the creators, maybe they write it open and it just happens like that. But that is true. But I enjoyed. That was a good show, and it was great to see Leslie in it. He was in Hamilton.
Leslie Odom. Mm-hmm.
I really loved his character. Yeah, that was good. And my girl, I still call her Offred from
Emily.
What's her name? I'll be calling her Offred. Blessed be the fruit. That girl.
Blessed be the fruit.
8 down.
I love
that used to be my show too. Okay, so those are 2 shows. Also, I've been watching Margot's Got Money Troubles. That it's on Apple TV. That was something I randomly started watching, but it's actually really good. I wasn't even trying to watch it. I was just like, just put this on. What's her name? We know her sister. What's her name?
In that?
Elle Fanning. Dakota Fanning's sister. Elle Fanning is really good. She's really good in that.
Just their siblings. Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, she's really good too. And then, but that's what I'm watching right now. But Apple TV, I'm just going to name these ones for people who are listening and need to get caught up. Silo on Apple TV. You need to watch it. For All Mankind on Apple TV. You need to watch it. What is the show called? Loot on Apple TV is really good. Like you said, The Morning Show on Apple TV is really good. And then there is one show that is not coming to my mind. I'm so upset. Shrinking. Really good. It's on Apple TV. Yeah. So those are shows that I have been obsessed with in the past. I've already finished them. I need to catch back up to The Morning Show because it's really good. But right now I'm just getting caught up on my Hacks. Just finished Imperfect Women. And I'm excited for this new show to come out that Mindy I think is executive producing. I think it's called it's like a workplace show with different young adults going through the workplace. What is it called? I'm so annoyed.
I mean,
y'all have to. Yeah, I gotta look it up real quick. But anyway,
Apple TV, yes. Apple TV is so good. Watched not all of them, but you definitely gave me some ideas because I've been seeing some of those names, but I haven't gotten into it. I feel like when I'm on the show, it depends. Some shows, they just draw you in and you got to really be into that world. So now
Yeah.
that
Yes.
women is over, it's like, all right, let me go ahead and finish the morning show, because that was that
Yeah.
season, this second season, well, not second season, but the new season. It was taking me a minute. Like it was building up a little slow for me. So I just wasn't, but I said, but let me go back because it was getting good. So I gotta like really lock in. But
why did I think it was a comedy at first? I saw Steve Carell. That's his name, right? Steve.
Uh-huh.
I saw him and I was like, this is gonna be hilarious.
That's how they
There's
get you.
nothing funny about it.
I love when the comedians switch and do like some like crazy dark stuff. I'd be like, oh, you got it in you. You got it in. That's how I felt when Adam Sandler did Uncut Gems. I was like, oh
yeah.
Our boy said, don't box me in. Like he said, don't box me in, okay?
That's so good. Well, I can't wait to turn your watches into a watch list, because I'm just letting you know now. We're doing it.
Yeah. Love it. Okay.
Wow. We've yapped and chatted and yapped.
We have.
I love it. Yes.
Praise. Well,
wait, I have to tell y'all, I found it before you close out.
I
have to tell y'all. Anyway, it's called Suitable for Work. And it's Mindy Kaling's new comedy series. It looks really good. It comes out June 2nd on Hulu. Y'all owe me a check. I am over here putting people on.
Tell them. Apple TV, run it. Okay.
Apple TV, Hulu, all of them. It's called Not Suitable for Work. Sorry.
Oh, not suitable. Okay, it's gonna be on Hulu. Okay, cute. Yes,
it's gonna be on Hulu.
Speaking of promotion, I should go if it's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Well, I guess before we let you go, what's something we should be on the lookout from you and Damn Right Originals?
What's next?
Oh my gosh, we have so much happening. I'm trying to see like what can I talk about. I don't know if I can talk about it, but I wrote a mystery. It's so fun. It's called Girl What the Fuck. And it's basically about this fan group trying to prove the innocence of their beloved musical icon. It's really fun. It's really great. That's the project that I wrote at Mara Barker Kill's Writers Colony. That's doing some things right now. I'm super excited about it. I can't say much more. But we are also doing some commercial specs that I'm excited about. I know that's random. We're doing other stuff, but the commercial specs I'm randomly excited about because that's not usually our space. Like we're usually very narrative driven, whether it's shorts, series, or films. So I'm like, I want to do commercial specs. And so like we're about to do some of those, which I'm hyped about. So yeah, but expect some really cool things. It's so much. Be on the lookout. And I'm gonna call y'all since y'all want to. I'm not playing. Ask anybody who has ever said that to me. They think I forget, and then I'll be like, "Hey, you ready?"
No, seriously. Or even if it's like hosting, the screenings or like stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I feel like I love connecting with other creatives and like-minded people to support each other. It was an honor to have you join us. I love movies. I love film. That is like in a whole other world that I want to get into. Like I'm in my like brand strategy brain, but this off the record is where we wanted to come together to talk to those that are making things happen behind the scenes, that are not always in front of the camera, and understanding the importance of all of the jobs, right? The ones in front, behind, on the side, like how important that is. Yes. Like we get into it all. So that is literally the beauty of the show, like talking to some of those faces on all different sides, and just understanding the work and all that we do and how we learn. So we're so happy to have you. Make sure y'all check out all of the things that Nakia is doing, and make sure you watch Southern Fried Rice as well, because if
you'll enjoy it.
Lock in, enjoy that. And yeah, we're so excited. Thank you for being here. And
thank you for having me. This is so fun. Thank y'all.
Yes. Damn right. Until next time, y'all.
That's right.
Stay beautiful, stay wonderful, and also let us know who you would like to see go off the record with us. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.